y'all, welcome back to Janie's Crazy Life. And it's a crazy life. I showed you in a previous video that our house yard was flooded. Well, it's still flooded. We haven't dried up yet. But I dropped my keys to a vehicle out here in the flooded water. Could not find them. And one of the ones with the clicker pod things on it. So yesterday evening when my husband came home from work, all of a sudden the car's alarm is going off. Well, he stepped on the clicker in the water because we're under 6 to 8 inches of water in some areas. Well, just as he was coming home, my son was coming home too. So in the process of him stepping on the clicker and not knowing that he had done that, he thought, I don't know what he thought. My son walks by and steps on the clicker and turns it off. Well, my son thought that somebody at the window here where I'm sitting was messing with the both of them. Like I was in here, because I've been known to mess with them, that I was in here messing with the alarms and making them go off to spook them or something. So my son turned and stopped and looked and didn't see anybody around or nobody at the window and figured, you know, whatever. Then he turns and steps again and he turns the clicker back on. So with the stepping on the clicker, it pressed in the little rubber buttons. So water was able then to leak into the, because I've tried to take the clicker apart since to dry it out, and I can't figure out how to open them up. So I figure when they stepped on the clicker, they must have pressed the rubber button pad that you press, because it's a 2004 vehicle, so it's an older clicker. And water or moisture must have accidentally seeped in. Well, I put the clicker in rice, and it didn't do nothing. I didn't have it in there long, but it didn't do nothing. But I decided I'll put it in the clothes dryer with some clothes, because back in the old days, if your watch got wet or something, and if you had one of the box TVs, like before they got the flat screen TVs, you could set your watch on the TV and the heat from the TV would dry out your watch. So I thought to myself, oh, we don't have any old-fashioned TVs because everything's flat screen and HDTV now. So I figured, why not throw it in the dryer? I don't want to sit there and hold a hair dryer on my clicker. So last night, this was close to 10 o'clock-ish, maybe a little later, I threw the clicker in the dryer. Well, next thing you know it, the car's going off. So the clicker is getting dried out. But then I thought, okay, I can't keep doing it even though I think it's going to work, because my neighbors are next door and I will wake them up if the car keeps going off. Didn't deal with it, and I had to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment this morning. So I didn't think about it again. So I was just sitting here on the couch and I had the keys in my pocket, and next thing you know, the keys are going off again. So it is starting to dry out or something, because I must have sat just the right way with the dog on my lap, and we must have pushed the panic button on the clicker. So now the keys are back in the dryer because I was able to turn it off. So they are, it works, but it doesn't work. I can't unlock and lock the car yet. So the clicker is now in the dryer again. I just put it in with the load of laundry. So I'm going to see how long it will last. It can take it in there. And hopefully I dry out my clicker. Thumbs up, I dry out my clicker. I hope I dry out my clicker, because it's a couple $100 to get a new clicker for an older car. So, got my fingers crossed. I'll let y'all know what happens. See y'all in the next, I'll let you know what happens. Hang in there. Alright everybody, my son got the remote control apart, so I'm going to blow dry it out. See, there's wet in there. So I've been blow drying the control panel. So hopefully this works. So circuit board, he says. So I'm going to continue to blow dry it good and see if I can get it dried out. And hopefully it works. Let's see. So hang for a minute. Put it on warm high. But I think if nothing else works, the key will work. No, the key works. It goes with it. Good. If we can't get that fixed, what? If we can't get that fixed, we're just not going to worry about it. Okay, everything looks dry.
I'm going to have my sandwich.
Everything looks dry, so it's a matter of putting it back together and hoping it works. I don't see any water. I even rubbed the, whatever he called it, circuit board on my shirt. I had a cotton t-shirt on. I blow dried it all. I don't think I melted anything, so fingers crossed that this sucker works. I've never taken apart a clicker before. Basically, that battery goes back up under there. And basically, this goes in there. And this goes on here. And basically, it snaps back together. Let me go to the window. Oh. Oh, I just set the alarm off again.
Did it turn off too?
Yeah, it turned it off and turned. I didn't have to push so hard. So I'm going to go outside and see if I get closer to the car. See, this is the water that I dropped this clicker in. This is the water. But look, you guys, look. Look. It works. It works. My clicker works. My clicker works. My clicker works. I'm so happy. My clicker works. This is the water I dropped the keys in 3 days ago. I went out to the RV to look for something. And we had ants in the car because this water, ants, they climb. They go on anything that's not in the water. And ants had gotten in there, so I sprayed the car with bug spray. Well, I oversprayed it and wanted to let the air windows down. But when I went to go outside, I dropped the keys and thought I had just left them in the house. But I dropped them somewhere about here. And my husband, like I said, stepped on the clicker, and yesterday my son stepped on it twice, turned it off and on. But it works now, that's all that matters. But in trying to get rid of the ants and rolling down the windows, that's what caused this whole mess. But it works, it works, it works. Okay, so now, people, if you drop one of these in water, don't panic.
For 2 days.
You can put it in the clothes dryer if you find it right away, and it might work. But if not, keep looking around, even though it doesn't look like it. There goes Prissy. You will find a tiny little spot somewhere that you can pry the thing open, carefully open it up, dry it off with a t-shirt, what you can dry off, then take a hair dryer on like medium or low warm setting, dry it. It took 2 seconds to, 2 or 3 seconds, less than a minute to dry it out. A couple minutes maybe. to blow dry it out carefully. Don't want to get it too hot because you don't want to melt anything. Don't get too close. But dry it out, put it back together, and it might work. I cannot guarantee you. I am not a clicker expert. Okay, I'm a clicker handyman. I like that. Okay, so it works. I can't guarantee you if you drop your clicker in water or a pond or a lake or a ditch that your clicker is going to work, but mine worked. So I'm a very happy person because we had this theory. If you lose your set of keys to the clicker, you lose what we call clicker privileges, and you end up with using the, what is it, like a valet key? Mm-hmm. And I don't like it when I lose clicker privileges. The last time I lost clicker privileges before this was not my fault. My son had used the truck keys and he had put them in his car, and for about a month I had gone crazy, and I don't need help in that department, looking for my set of keys to the truck. And then my son says, oh, look what's been in my truck. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna beat, can justifiably beat you. But this time it was my fault because I knew I had dropped them in the water. But it works, I'm so happy. The little things in life that make me happy, just the little things. So I'm gonna say, if you liked what you've seen, like and subscribe, tell your friends. I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the craziness life, because when you talk about it, you're gonna laugh. See, I'm laughing because I got my clicker back. So just enjoy the craziness of life, because it could be something as stupid as dropping your clicker in the water and people stepping on it and setting off the car. Now the neighbor will be happy because we've already called and apologized for the car going off all day long. We were back to the point where if we couldn't get it dried out, we were going to take this with us every place we went. And if we couldn't get it, we were going to throw it away. We were going to throw it away, way away from home, because something in it was setting the car off every now and then. Because I thought maybe it got damaged and the sensor would set off once in a while. But the neighbor would be very happy knowing that she won't have to listen to that horn anymore since it works now. All right, see you on the next video. Bye.